Hello ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Collection Neo. Yes, it's me, Alex, and today let's talk about, and today we're going to talk about dinosaurs. Now recently, my collections took a bit of a turn. I pretty much ditched all my comic book stuff. I've really fell out of love with comic books, as I mentioned in a few videos. And the focus was really anime, which I've got plenty of anime stuff coming from Prime 1, and Fizz Figures, hopefully. Video games, again, Fizz Figures, Prime 1, blah, blah. Call to the Dead from our boys at Sideshow. And what was the other one? Anime video. Yeah, and fighting games, basically, which I suppose is covered under video games, but everyone was a separate thing, which is, Tekken, Soul Calibur, Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter. So that was going to be it, really, and that was what I was going to concentrate on. But one thing that's always been there, and it's niggled at me for a long, long time, is dinosaurs. If you've watched any of my videos, you know I'm a big Godzilla fan and Gamera fan, and I spoke about it in the Zoid, the big dinosaurs in Zoids and the, animals in general. And dinosaurs, I think any young boy is kind of into dinosaurs at one point in their life, and I was kind of into them a lot. So when I got into statues, which is about 10 years ago now, there were these awesome Sideshow ones called Dinosauria, and I don't know why, but I just never got into it. I suppose I didn't want to. I was so into Marvel and DC, things took priority. And it feels like now that I'm free of them, the chains of Marvel and DC, I can kind of get what means a bit more to me. So like the fighting game stuff, has been something I've been playing fighting games since I was 5 years old. I'm now 36. And dinosaurs is just one of those things that's always been with me. And I recently had a shift about of what collectibles we got. And basically, one of my big double besters was pretty much free, with a piece here or two on there that I could just move over. I was like, let's do dinosaurs. And the other thing that really spurred me on was Damn Toys. Now, if you don't know Damn Toys are a company who do big World Warcraft statues, mainly based on the movie, but they're ridiculously detailed. They're ridiculously huge in 1/4 scale. But they started a dinosaur line last year, which I never knew. And so when I began to search for dinosaurs and search for the Sideshow Dinosaurs stuff and things like that, Damn Toys popped up with these awesome looking busts. And then just more and more stuff's been released as I've been looking over the last couple of months. So I've gone full in. And I think I've got 7 Damn Toys pre-orders at the minute. And a Prime 1 pre-order, which is a Jurassic Park piece. Which I'll go into let's go into it now. So I bought the Prime 1 Jurassic Park Triceratops. Not because it's a Jurassic Park piece, but because it's a badass Triceratops. I really like the design. I like it more than the Dinosauria one. And the Prime 1 Jurassic Park stuff doesn't look too, it's not it doesn't look like it's a movie piece. It's got the Jurassic Park logo on it, but it's not so much in your face that it can't be, just presented as a dinosaur piece. So that's one of the pieces I've got. And like I say, from Damn Toys, we've got a bunch of busts and half statues and full statues, and all this will be coming over the next year, hopefully. And I really, really, it hit me hard, the dinosaur thing. So, and I've actually got a Sideshow Dinosauria piece coming in this week as well. So it's all happened really, really quickly. But to get the motor running, as they say, I found this little French company called Papo. And they do dinosaurs. And I had to have a look and see what they were like, because they look rather good online. So just before we get into the first one, as you can see in the background here, I've got 2 dinosaur art books. That one I've had for about a year or so. It's really, really good. And then I've just recently picked up this one as the dinosaur disease started to build back up in me. But I can highly recommend both of them. Lots of good information, lots of good artwork. I figured it'd be a nice backdrop instead of the boring black wall. So, Papo, yeah, French company. Let's just get started. I'll show you what sort of thing they're doing. We'll start with the Tyrannosaurus Rex. Everyone knows it. And as you can see, it's like a hard plastic. Kind of like what you find in these, like, you know, these craft stores. And they've got like the, you know, the lions, tigers, things like that. But these are really, really well detailed dinos. And this guy was 20 quid, which is not much. They're only about, well, go up to about 12 inches tall. He's about, what, 6 to the top of his head. Let's just move the camera down a little bit so I can move him back. And as you can see, they are really, really going for a Jurassic Park vibe. Now this guy's available in brown and green. They do multiple versions of them. But, you know, collecting hasn't got to be $1,000 statues. There's an entry level point, and I think at the price point these are at, the details are brilliant. Sizes are good. You can get a lot of them and just fill a shelf, which is great, which is something I haven't done for a while. He's also got articulated jaw, and he looks fantastic with his mouth open. The paints are really, really clean for a £20 model. You compare this to a Jurassic Park figure, this blows a Jurassic Park figure away. As you can see, all the skin details really good, the paints are nice and subtle. You've got a few seam lines here and there, but for the price, it's rather fantastic. And like I say, because they're so cheap, you can go a little crazy like me and pick up a bunch. So there's T-Rex. Let's go on to a Velociraptor. And this one's blue. Can you think why they've done a blue one? Yeah. And again, brilliant detail. I think these are about 9 quid delivered. And I have actually been buying them second hand as well. So yeah, the detail's fantastic on them. Let's say a few seam lines, but the sculpt's really good. The paints are clean. I'm really surprised. I'm really surprised at how good they do the mouths and how good they do the eyes. I've seen sideshow statues. I've seen a lot of statues actually with worse paint jobs than this. Like I say, he's about 9 quid. He's only about, what, 3-4 inches high, and about 6-7 inches long. And there's multiple colours of him, so if you don't want to, if you're not a Jurassic World fan, sorry, this isn't based on Jurassic World, it's all its original design. You can pick them up. Let's go on to Triceratops. Now this guy I picked up really cheap. He goes for about 15 quid. He's quite a solid lump. But the paint scheme's awful. Again, details aren't bad. You can see all the details on the horns and the beak. And, you know, he's got all this mottling effect, but the colour, I don't know. I would have liked a more... I like dinosaurs with nice patterns, I really do. I'm not into this grey and boring. So I picked him up for about 8 quid, like I say, it's supposed to be about 15. It's a good Triceratops. But yeah, a repaint of that I'd totally go for. Next up, Carnotaurus, which is like a predator. Taurus obviously meaning bull because of the 2 horns. And I really like the look of this one. Good markings on him, good detail. Cool, I was going to say pose. Oh, it's a pose, isn't it? Cool pose on him. Very low. They all stand really well because they've got a bit of weight to them. And of course, articulated jaw on him. They're just really cool. They're kids models, don't get me wrong, they are for kids, but they're a really good standard for how cheap they are, for how well made they are. And then we've got Cowasaurus, which again is a bit Triceratops here. I don't like the paint that they've done on him. Definitely one of the weaker ones. He's about 12, 13 quid. I think I picked him up for 6. So I've been aiming to get most of these guys at half price. Can we get that in focus? There you go. So this is from 2011. I know they've released ones in the last couple of years. They've done a real big range of these. We've got the club on the back of the Ankylosaurus. But the face isn't great on him. The eyes aren't very well picked out. Colours are okay. Just looks a little bit sloppy compared to the others. And he's pretty small for the price. Put the raptor next to him. Ankylosaurus was quite a beast. You know, he'd take down T-Rexes no problem with that big club tail. So scale is a bit all over the place. And then we'll move on to the last couple I've got here. We've got Pasture Sores, which is a big long ass piece with a curly tail. It retails for about 20. And I paid 20 for him. Good detail. I like the pattern on this. This is what I'd like to see more on the Triceratops. I do like the colours and the shading of this. Again, plenty of detail. You know, when I've watched other people reviewing these and they are just getting crazy over the detail. Look at the detail. It's amazing. You know, the detail's good. But with me being a high-end collector, I suppose, don't want to use, it sounds a bit fucking, you know, up my own arse. But, you know, with me buying, you know, $1,000 statues and blah, blah, the details are good. But, you know, I'm really looking forward to getting a few actual statues in, because I might be eating my words when I get this first Dinosaurs piece in and it's like painted like shit and the details aren't there. And I'm looking at my Papo 20 quid T-Rex and thinking, fuck me, that's better. I don't know. This one's got a bit of white on the face, but I've not noticed that because this camera's picking up what isn't there from the naked eye. So Pasture Sores, pretty good. I think he should have been a bit cheaper. If you can find him for about 12, that'd be nice. And then the big boy himself, boom, focus. Focus, damn you. There we go. Lovely. So this is the Brachiosaurus. This one goes for about 25 quid. But it is pretty damn big. It's honestly, I think this and the T-Rex and the Raptor are the best 3 out of the lot. Detail wise, look wise, pose wise. And then we're just gonna that big old neck. Again, very Jurassic Parky. Got that Jurassic Park look. They aren't going for super accuracy. They're going for Jurassic Park. Well, most of them they are. Some of them, they've gone for accuracy, I'd say. Like I say, details all around. And you know, for the money, they are really, really good little pieces. And like I say, if you're a collector who doesn't want to be dropping, you know, hundreds of dollars on super big dinosaur pieces, I can't recommend these enough. And you'll get, for the price of one, you know, Dinosauria piece, you'll get an absolute ton of these guys. But you know, these are about what, 140 scale, 135 scale, and most Dinosauria pieces are about 115. So you know, they are going to be a hell of a lot bigger. and more, hopefully more impressive. But there, I've probably spent about 80 quid there, 70, 80 quid. Not including the books, of course, just on the figures. And it's a nice little collection. I've got them on a little glass shelf and a bestie. And they look great. But yeah, it's it's just another level of collecting, and I didn't want to do these as individual reviews because that would be insane. But I figured, hey, let's talk about them, because I do think they're pretty cool. And I do think that if, like I say, there's plenty of entry-level collectibles out there, and you haven't got to be spending hundreds and hundreds of pounds or hundreds of dollars. You can do it on a budget and get a really nice collection. Trust me, these are for the money. Let's say if you want some smaller scale dinos, and like these will be displayed alongside my higher level pieces. But we'll see how it goes. But I just wanted to do this to warn you that lots of dinosaur reviews will be coming in, and I don't think you're going to see any more Marvel. But I love that anyone watches me, if you're out there, guys. But this channel's always just been for me to just get it off my chest and get my opinions across, even if no one's listening. It's a weird thing, but I think this is kind of like, I was going to say it's like therapy. It's really not like therapy. It's just me talking shit on YouTube. But yeah, you go, guys. A big pile of Papo, as we call it. A big pile of Papo dinos. Like I say, look for them on eBay. They're pretty cheap. I am probably going to do another part of this, looking at some Rebor stuff. But I might do that if I pick up a few more of the Rebor bits. But maybe the end of this week, you might get a proper big sideshow dinosaur review, hopefully. We'll see. But yeah, so there you go, guys. Just wanted to talk a little bit about Papo. Tell me, do you like Papo? I've been shouting Papo so much, I don't know why. Do you like Papo? Do you collect the Dinosaur line? Which ones do you recommend? Honestly, I am coming into this kind of new. Obviously, the books and TV shows and stuff, I'm really not one of those people who can just buy something just because it looks cool. I like to know as much as I can. So my dinosaur knowledge just flew up over the last month. I know a bit, and I've always watched and read stuff, but like I've just been absorbing as much as I can, because that's the way I do it. I get slightly obsessed. But yeah, like I say, if you've got any of the other pieces, are you interested in the Prime 1 pieces? Are you going Iron Studios for the Jurassic Park stuff? Let me know. And if you do dino reviews or anything like that, let me know your channel and I'll come and sub, because I'm looking for as much info as I can, like I say, I can absorb at the moment. One company I haven't mentioned is Chronicle. Chronicle Collectibles have exclusivity to distributing Jurassic Park pieces in the US. So any Prime 1 pieces and Iron Studio pieces that come out, they only distribute on Chronicle's website. They also do their own pieces. They did a Breakout Rex. They've done life-size busts. The Breakout Rex was a great looking piece, but had some of the worst paints I've ever seen. The production paints on that were fucking awful. They really were. Papo looks better. They just look terrible. For a $400 piece, they were ridiculously bad. It's some of the worst paints I've seen for a while. They've also done pieces like the sick Triceratops, which just, I don't know why you'd want a sick Triceratops just lying there. And then they whack a big Jurassic Park logo on there, which doesn't do it for me. They've done a Stegosaurus maquette, which is one of the most boring things I've ever seen. A Brachiosaurus they've done, and boring. And they've done a few other... The life-size busts, the Velociraptor busts look really, really cool. And the T-Rex heads, the 1.5 T-Rex heads, again, not great paints. So at the minute, I'm staying away from Chronicle. All my money is going to Dan Toys and Prime 1. Prime 1's getting a lot of my money. But yeah, dino-wise, I'd take a Papo over Chronicle at this point. Hopefully they pull it out, but a lot of their pieces are lacking. And they've recently put up the Rotunda Rex, for like $1,400. It's a nice looking piece, but I just think those final paints have got to be spot on, guys. If you're thinking of ordering that, I'd really wait until it comes out and it's in hand, because Chronicle, as far as I'm concerned, aren't up to scratch with their paint sheets quite yet, despite having some good factories apparently. But yeah, so mini rant on Chronicle collectibles there at the end. I didn't expect that, you didn't expect that, but that's what we got. And like I say, let me know, guys, if you do a dinosaur channel. I am totally rambling now. I'm going to finish. I've done 21 minutes on a few dino figures. So yeah, stay tuned, guys. Review hopefully this weekend, and more Let's Talk About coming up. Okay, guys, thanks for watching. Bye.